Hey guys, Sean Hamlin with PremierGuitar.com. We are in Nashville, Tennessee at Summer NAMM 2018, and this is day 2. Editor's Picks. We got Chris Keys, Jason Shadrick, and we're gonna tell you our favorite stuff we saw today. I saw a lot of really cool stuff today. I was like, oh shit, what am I gonna choose for Editor's Picks? So I have like 6, but I'll go cover them fast so we're not here forever.
Yeah. Why don't you go first? You got the most.
Well, you go first. I got to get my phone out.
Oh, okay.
Or Chris.
I'll go first. So one of the videos Chris and I did today was at the Electro Harmonics booth, and they had just announced recently the Ocean's 11 Reverb, and so we're like, okay, cool. So we did the video, and it's way more than a reverb. You know, it has tremolo, it has gated reverb, it has polyphonic modes, it has like freestyle holds.
The one thing that's cool too is that you'll dig it is they have it programmed into it. I think if you double tap the control or
on the spring setting, if you turn to the spring setting and then you like double tap it, it sounds like you just hit the top of a spring tank.
It's cool.
Like a digital version of that old Dan Electro where you have the kick pad.
Yeah.
Huh. And then so it has 11 different modes, or 11 different settings, I guess, and then there's a mode switch that gives you 3 options on every one of those.
Yeah.
And then there are some settings where you hold down the foot switch and it changes the function of some of the knobs. Like it's super deep.
So it's deeper than a lot of VHX stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like John doing it when he did the video, it's so deep that before every like demo, he has to like factory reset the pedal to make sure all the settings, because you can get in there and just go down a rabbit hole of stuff. And it's $150.
Nice.
So or as Larry said, $147.80 or something like that. But it was, I mean, we couldn't hit everything that pedal does in the video, but it's pretty cool. I think we're going to be getting one. I think we're going to be reviewing one of those soon too.
Sweet. You want to go, Keith?
Yeah. The next thing that I saw was with Sean. And both things that we shot in the Greer thing was phenomenal tone-wise, but the thing I picked was the Greer Alliance 20, which is a 2-channel amp that you can channel switch with an AB box, but it doesn't come in that like a standard format like that. But channel 1 has a single knob, single control, right?
It's like a champ,
yeah,
like a 20-watt champ.
It says here on the page 1950s Tweed with a single, just one big knob, and then the second channel is. As you guessed with the Alliance name, a British 20-watt setting, and I think that has 3.
Too.
Yeah, and that has a 3-band EQ, and then there's a high cut pit switch?
Yeah.
And comes with a what's Celestion, custom Mercury Magnetics.
I think it's G12H30 or something.
Yep, nailed it. 12-inch Celestion, and it sounded awesome, just a rock machine.
Yeah, and when he turned up the British side pretty high, it started to get that sort of quasi fuzz.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
Cool. Yeah, that was a good one. It was. Hopefully, we get to review one. Yeah, I know that Sean asked in the video to hopefully reserve one for us.
Yeah, because he was telling us before the video that they're making like 10,000 of the what's the blue one, the light speed or something.
Light speeder, yeah.
That's like their most famous pedal. He's like, we're making 10,000 of those this year and 300 amps. Like, so anyway, I digress. You want me to go now?
Yes.
I'm going to go in order of what I saw, just so it doesn't seem, I don't know, that's easiest. So we did Reverend Shoot and Pete Anderson. He's most famous for playing with Dwight Yoakam in the past and stuff, but he's a badass twangy player. He's had a couple of other signature models there before, but he has a new baritone T-style, and I love baritones. That's what I play most of the time in my band and stuff, and I'm always supportive of new, reasonably priced, non-custom baritones coming out. It sounded great. Had like a Strat-style tremolo on it and 3 pickups, not just the 2 pickups like a T-style. Sounded great. Poplar. They're doing like the roasted maple necks on everything now, and with the whole sights problem with rosewood and stuff, they're doing Pal Faro fretboards on everything. Looked really nice. Sounded great. And it was like I think it's like $1,200 or something, $1,100. Sound right?
I wasn't on the shoot, but it sounds like
I switched teams today. It was on 2 different crews, so it was pairing.
A Reverend ballpark price. That's what's always nice about that.
Cool. All right, Jason.
Yes, Perry and I went to Swart Amps, and we saw this new stereo amp they had called the Stereo Master 20. And it was, like a 2-input amp with each channel going to a different speaker. But the different thing about this amp was that each amp also had its own individual tremolo. So you could just use the one tremolo and have it sound nice and warbly between the two. So you'd have like a dry wet thing. But the real cool stuff happened when he would turn both tremolos on, and they were kind of like floating in and out of sync.
I love that. I used to use 2 tremolo pedals and try to crisscross them like that. It's a really cool
This is your
effect.
amp, Sean. And it sounded really, I mean, you kind of, it's hard to record it without miking both speakers. It's hard to really accurately get the vibe of the vertigo you're going to get from.
This is all going through one cab.
One cab
with
with 2 speakers. Yep.
Huh, that's cool.
And so yeah, so in a perfect world, you'd mic each speaker individually and then mix them or whatever. And it's 6v6. It's all tube, all hand wired. I think you said the head's around $2,300, $2,400, somewhere around there.
What were we saying about 66? KT's?
6v6.
Oh, 6v6. Okay.
Yeah. So 6v6 tubes, all tube, tremolo, the whole deal. And me and Perry both. It was pretty cool. I mean, there's definitely like a weirdness factor that you're like, because he's like, well, I just made an amp because I didn't know if we could do this, just to make it. There wasn't a sound he was trying to go after, I guess, to cop something else. But just to have 2 like really high quality tremolos, on one head on 2 different channels is pretty cool. So.
Sweet. How much was it? Do you
like
know?
$2,300, $2,400, somewhere like there.
Did they say what kind of tremolos it was trying to go after, or like?
No, he did. No, but we were just so like, dizzy.
Kind of mesmerizing.
It
huh?
is, yeah. It's definitely there's a physical reaction to that kind of stereo treatment that is, you got to kind of hear it to really get it.
You want to go? You want me to go?
I got it.
Okay.
The other thing that I saw with Sean also was Old Blood Noise Endeavors. Oh yeah, I got so much going on here, folks.
Put down your beer.
Yeah, so Old Blood Noise went there with Sean. Alpha Haunt was a fuzz, and unlike probably, I don't want to say any other fuzz, but most fuzzes, it has 12 controls and slider
There's
switches.
a lot.
So yeah, so there's a lot going on for the fuzz textures. I guess, and that they had the slider EQ, which was nice.
Yeah, 3-band EQ, which that alone is very cool for a fuzz, because a lot of times they just have one tone knob, and it's difficult to really dial in with your rig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the sweep's sometimes not that transparent in terms of like what you're hearing. But they have a parallel enhanced circuit to help with independent volume to bring in body and clarity, which you kind of sometimes will lose with certain fuzzes. And so, but you have to check out the video.
I almost chose that one too.
But it was like so crazy just in terms of like, I mean, we probably focused on that pedal for like 6 minutes, just like, he'd be like, well, and then you can do this, and then rather than move on to the next pedal, we're like, well, let's hear that.
It was one of the most unique fuzzes I've seen, definitely at this show and at many others. I mean, it had this, I don't remember if it was the enhanced control or like the combination of the gate and the bias or whatever, but at one point, this one setting was making it sound like reverse reverb or something, but it's a fuzz.
Yeah.
It was like reversing the gate in or something. It was really cool.
And that, for what it's worth, is $229. So that was really cool.
While we're on that, I'll just piggyback the Dweller phase pedal they had there. I mean, phase is cool, but this is really weird in that in between the phase signals, you can add delay, and it adds this really trippy, really cool, old school, classic, vibey effect. And there's like there's 5 knobs and 2 toggles, and I won't go through them all because I'm just kind of mentioning it since we're already on it. But that was really a surprise. I'm like, damn, I want to review that. So the next thing I'll go in is just real fast. I didn't get to hear this, but I saw that Squier, they had a couple of cool new things. They have new contemporary active jazz bass, HH. It's got, hold on a second. Let's see. They have these new ceramic humbuckers. It's got an active 9-volt preamp with volume blend, tone, and bass and treble boost. And it's like $399. there's also a 5-string version for $429. I thought that was cool.
They must be on an active kick because they also came out with that Flea active jazz bass too.
So Jason, you got another?
Yes. My last one. We'll get it out of the way. It's a $14,000 guitar, but it's a Bourgeois acoustic. Their new kind of pre-war. Their kind of modern take on a pre-war like D28 type thing. The D Vintage Deluxe model. It has torfied Adirondack, spruce top, Brazilian, rosewood back and sides, through-cut saddle, and Relic Waverly tuners. And I mean, I got in there in that booth before the onslaught kind of the noise level increased, so I could hear a little bit, and it felt really good. And it had this kind of bright, mid-rangey punch to it. There's no electronics. It's just like a straight, bare bones in some ways acoustic. But they make, Bourgeois makes just super high quality stuff. And it was just fun to play a guitar like that you could basically trade for a car or something.
Sweet. I guess we're running low on battery, guys, so we're gonna have to wrap this up fast. How much time we got? This is a new system we're using, so roll with the punches.
There are flaws.
Technical difficulties. If we drop out, then shit, you know what our picks were. You got any others,
Yep.
Sad?
I'm done.
We're good.
I got a couple more. When we were at the Greer booth,
Here's my pick.
Nick Greer was telling us how he's friends with Boot from B.A. Ferguson Guitars. We've reviewed some of their stuff in the past, and he kind of gave the idea, I guess, to Boot to do a student model, a nice U.S.-built guitar, sort of harkening back to student-built U.S. guitars, sort of probably like the old Mustangs and stuff like that from Fender.
Les Paul Jr. or something.
And I forget what is it called. Anyway, it was beautiful. It's like $1,200 flyweight.
Yeah.
It's got a cool new redesigned headstock. It was 24 and 7/8 inch scale, I believe, and the body was really thin. And when I lifted it, was like, oh my god, it's like 5 pounds. Cool guitar. I'm gonna cruise on to my next one. Hopefully we don't lose yet. What else we got? Oh, right next to us. I'm the kind of guy who I talk all the time in the magazine about I dig affordable guitars, and yeah, I'll throw in nicer pickups or whatever. So I probably wouldn't buy this because it's enough money to buy a new guitar, but it's a cool accessory if you got more money than I do and you want to want to make your practice room look cool. But next to us is this company called Axe Caddy, and they have a whole bunch of different versions of these wall mounts where you can. So there's like different coverings. There's one with like Tolex. There are different kinds of wood, and so you can hang your guitar on there. But it also opens up, and there's beer bottle opener, and then there's place with all these tools. And sweet, we're back on track. We don't have to worry about battery anymore. Yay!
I love it.
Compartment that opens up where you can keep your tools. It's got I don't know why it has a mirror really, but I guess if you got to check your hair in the middle. They're like $350, but they are cool looking, and I don't know. You don't see a lot of
Those are cool.
accessories that aren't. I mean, let's be honest. Sometimes you see
high-end accessories are still cool.
Yeah, and sometimes, let's be honest, you see some ideas that you think, I'm not sure what problem you're solving. So I think I just have one more. And what the hell is it? Oh, Alexander pedals.
Oh, yeah.
Matthew Farrow is for a long time he's been building pedals that there's just a few knobs and they look pretty simple, but you can also go super deep with multiple modes. You can use apps to dive crazy deep. He had this new reverb pedal called the Space Race. And you can do spring reverb and stuff, but also a whole bunch of others. There's too many factors to talk about, but it just sounded fucking awesome. Pardon my language. Do you guys have any others? Well, I make sure I covered everything I wanted to show. No?
Negative.
All right, guys.
Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full.
Yeah.
That's our day 2 editors picks from Summer NAMM 2018. Check back tomorrow and we'll tell you our favorite from the last day of the show. Later, guys.
All right, see you guys.